We're at the Brooklyn Botanical Garden, and it's so pretty here that I feel like I shouldn't be talking because I don't want to interrupt the beauty. I think we should just walk around. What do you think? I don't really want to look at a map. Anyway, in terms of updates, I am now, today, using an iPhone, which is not my favorite thing to do. I had been using a flip phone for a month, and then everyone was nice about it, no one was mad, but I missed a lot of group text messages from family members, and like to the point where I didn't know that my parents went to Portugal, and I asked my brother, is mom okay? She hasn't replied to me for days. Yeah, that definitely made me want to just use an iPhone for today. Thankfully, I have weaned myself off of just scrolling through Instagram and Facebook and wasting time and being miserable. So I don't have any desire to download the apps unless I need to go in and change a setting, or there's a really loud helicopter. I don't like my data being collected on my smartphone, and this is going to sound really paranoid, but I hate the fact that I can't take my battery out of my smartphone, because if I took the battery out, then the phone would actually be dead and actually wouldn't be able to be used for data collection. The fact that I can turn off my phone doesn't make me feel better. Here's a conspiracy theory. One of my friends used to work at a big tech company, and at that tech company, they had those devices that are like music speakers that you can put in your house, and you can talk to it to ask it questions. There are a lot of devices out there, and then the AI in the device will respond to you. So his friends found out that there was a bug, that this home speaker system could not actually turn off when you turned it off. And I was like, okay, so then what did they do? So his friends told management about the issue, and their management came back and said that they could not fix the bug. They were not allowed to fix the bug. So that means that product consumers who had purchased this speaker, if it looks turned off, it's not actually turned off, and it was still collecting data. It's just an alleged story that was told to me. I have no evidence for it, but that was pretty scary. So when I say things like, I don't believe the device is actually turned off, that's where I'm coming from. But of course, it could just be a conspiracy theory, it could just be alleged, and maybe the device is actually turned off. I don't know, however, how to actually measure that as an engineer unless I actually open up the phone or open up the speaker or whatever it is. So that definitely is a strange thing for me to be talking about in a beautiful park, but I just thought I'd let you know. Yeah, I think my brain probably thinks a little bit too much. We should look at some more flowers. I've shown you like 2 flowers, so I have some work to do. I'm actually kind of scared to be here, but not because of the bees. There are bees everywhere, but because the last time I went to a botanical garden, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. It was awful because I am allergic to pretty much the entire Western Hemisphere, or at least the Northeast. I thought that there was something wrong with my nose, so I went to a nose doctor a really long time ago, and thankfully there was nothing to do. There was no surgery to perform. However, he just gave me a standard allergy test. I'm severely allergic to cats, for example, but I'm also allergic to many types of trees and grass and dust and all sorts of things I didn't realize. And so when I go into a botanical garden, I can't really think straight. And the reason I say that is because in Denver, there was this one section that had bamboo, and I sat on the bench and I was surrounded by bamboo. I guess they had an Asian section. And then my mind cleared up. I didn't know that allergies affected more than breathing. I could think in this clear way that I had never thought before, and I didn't know that my brain was capable of that. So basically, I have like a weird handicap in normal life. I feel really weird saying this story because there's people around me everywhere, and I'm saying like, I can't be in a garden. The good thing about New York is people don't really care what you're doing a lot of the time. Whatever you're wearing or whatever you're saying, people just kind of let you be. If you're dressed like really badly or really well, people just don't really care usually. So that's good. I care though. So the reason that I like this garden and the reason I've been here before is because my college friends got married here once years ago. Everyone was dressed so well that I felt like a garbage slug. I was wearing a nice dress, but I felt like a garbage slug compared to everyone else. But I was very happy for everyone else, and I was like, wow, you guys know how to dress. I went to college with you and had no idea. We should have dressed up more often. So that was very adorable to just see everyone's outfits at the wedding. So that's why I have fond memories of this place, and I think about how beautiful it is. It was such a beautiful day, and I remember being at the wedding thinking, wow, I'm never getting married, like, but thankfully I was wrong. Yeah, so I'm wrong a lot. These are some nice roses though. You have to see these roses. They're not perfect, but they're like yellow and pink and white. I'm doing a bad job of describing them. Here, look. Anyway, back to the allergy thing. I went on a big tangent. The doctor got my allergy results back, and I was sitting there in his office, and he was like, oh, you're not allergic to something in every season of the year. And then he paused, looked at the computer, and then he said, oh wait, yeah, you are. So that's basically how my life has been. I don't have a way of surrounding myself with bamboo 24/7, so I just kind of have to like deal with it. I can breathe a lot better when I visit Asia, but I'm like a panda. Wouldn't it be cool if we just all bought houses in Japan in the same place and hung out? We can dream. So if you're interested in moving to Japan, let me know. But that's very specific, I understand. I feel like my personality does not fit this garden, but I hope you like it. Here are some really strange looking flowers. Ooh, these are nice. I have somewhat of a sad story, but I'm okay. I'm totally okay. Matt's okay. Everyone's okay. I thought you'd want to hear it. There was a kid a few years ago, I think maybe 5 years ago, who was a Redditor, actually. He was 16 years old, and his name was Seth Goldman, and he posted on a Reddit forum talking about a video game that was going to come out very recently called Silksong. And this kid, Seth, sadly, he was dying. He was dying of cancer, and he had a wish, and his wish was to meet the developers who were making this game. And so he met the Silksong developers, and they had a nice chat, and apparently the developers let him create a character for the video game. And so he created a character named Seth. And it's just like so heartbreaking. The kid died right after he created the character, and he never got to play this video game. And I know that there's more to life than just video games, but it's just such a beautiful story because this kid touched millions of lives. This game is very popular now. It's one of the hardest games that came out this year. There's just this awesome character named Seth in it who you can meet and battle and see multiple times in the game. I'm being a little vague because I don't want to give spoilers, but that's enough information. If you happen to like video games that are really hard, you might really enjoy Silksong. And then you can meet Seth. So, really sad story. And it made me think a lot about how lucky we are to be alive. I know that's just a canned phrase and we say it all the time, but we really are, and I hope that we can just trying not to cry. I hope that we can just have a good life together and make beautiful things like Seth did. But yeah, that kid deserves to be remembered for sure. And what a beautiful thing it is that he, even as a kid, was able to do something so sweet for other people, many of whom are probably way older than him. Yeah, I don't know. I feel weird saying that story because I don't want to make you sad, but I thought you'd like that. Or I hope you like that. So I guess we'll keep walking. Yeah. Man, people are capable of the most beautiful things, huh? Also bad things, but we're capable of a lot of really beautiful things. Whoever worked on this park has definitely put their heart and soul into it. There's so many things about this place that are so charming. I mean, look at these trees, how they're all lined up. There's the garden's weather station. Here's a Japanese cork tree. That explains a lot about video games, I feel. Being here makes so much sense on probably one of the last weeks of the summer. Winter just kind of flips sometimes. I don't know how many more weeks we'll have of this summer weather. Probably not long because it's the beginning of October. Oh, what a beautiful day. What a really beautiful day. I wonder how you're doing. I really do. I think of you every day. I hope you're doing okay, and if you're not, just think about me and you'll be instantly happy. I'm just kidding. If only it were that easy. But I think of you all the time, and when I think of you, I definitely feel happier. So I'll keep thinking of you. Let me know how you're doing, and take good care of yourself.